Miss Uganda is beauty beyond looks, but then again, you focus on beauty with a purpose, because they don't just want a beauty queen who's going to, with a face who's going to look nice, but it's like, okay, what else can you add on to that? What else is valuable?
What did it take you to win the Beauty with a Purpose title?
It took a lot of hard work, definitely, and dedication, countless outreaches, putting in the work for sure. Of course, I was grateful to have been awarded that. But now, like I said, I published my first book, which is Colors of the Spectrum, centered around creating autism awareness. So I am looking forward to building the foundation, Nyonyozi initiative, and doing much more than I can.
Makeup or no makeup?
No makeup.
Local food or desserts, ice cream and all that?
How can you compare dessert and local food? Girl, they come like this. After the local food, don't. You can have dessert.
On today's show, we have Natasha Nyonyozi, Miss Uganda 2024, the winner of the Beauty with a Purpose project at Miss World 2025. She advocates for autism and inclusion. She's a business owner, an accountant who is certified from Coventry University in the UK. You're welcome to the show.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Who is Natasha?
Well, Natasha is a Muchiga from Kavale. Like you said, Miss World Uganda 2024-25. I'm also a business owner. I own a beauty store called Girl Hive at the Cube Kisementi. I'm also an author. Recently published my very first book about
Colors
autism.
of the Spectrum.
Yes, Colors of the Spectrum.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome from India. How do they pronounce that word?
Which one?
Where you are? I failed.
Telangana.
Yes.
Oh yes, Telangana.
How was it?
It was good. It was very, very, very good.
How was the experience?
I enjoyed it, to be honest. I enjoyed the fact that I was able to make very many connections and friendships all over the world, learning different cultures and traditions. Yes, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so I loved all of it.
I saw that Love Ugandans showered you with at the airport.
Right. I didn't expect that.
It was lovely.
It was. I got very emotional, but it was good.
You look really nice.
Thank you.
How do you maintain the... Do you have a diet?
Not really.
You look like you do.
I wouldn't say I have a diet, but I guess I try to eat food that's, nutritious. Nothing too...
I see.
Nothing too fatty or anything. Yeah.
So people listening out there, you should eat food that is nutritious, not just anything.
But our local food is nutritious. That's what I actually eat the most or enjoy eating, like matoke, rice.
Like you eat breakfast, lunch, supper? Or?
No, like breakfast I'll have maybe oats, fruits, yeah, something light. And then for lunch you could have like the rice, matoke, vinyebwa, katogo.
I know. Chikomando, do you eat that?
I've eaten it before. I can't say I habitually eat it, but I've eaten it before.
Oh, that's really nice. So, who inspires you? Who inspired you to Miss Uganda?
Okay, to Miss Uganda. Of course, I'd been following Miss Uganda generally over the years, seeing the different queens, their journeys, and Miss Uganda is beauty beyond looks. But then again, you focus on beauty with a purpose, which is the name of the podcast.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, because they don't just want a beauty queen who's going to, with a face who's going to look nice, but it's like, okay, what else can you add on to that? What else is valuable? And that's what inspired me the most, because I knew I had a project or I had a purpose. And definitely being Miss Uganda gives you the opportunity to advocate for that on a big platform.
And being a leader.
Yes, there's also that. So that's what I was looking at mainly. Yes.
And then you go to Miss Uganda. You get the crown, and then we see you to India.
Yes.
What did it take you to win the Beauty with a Purpose title?
What did it take? It took a lot of hard work, definitely, and dedication. Countless outreaches, putting in the work for sure. So when I received the award, I was emotional, if you can go back to the videos.
Yes.
But then I knew it was just a testament of the work that I had put in. Yes, but of course, the foundation, Miss Uganda Foundation, backing me up definitely. And one of our partners is Richer Hand, so we'd do outreaches, we'd go to Mityana,
Oh,
Kavale.
really?
So there was a lot of work
Actually,
that went into
saw
it.
you on a run.
Oh yes, there was the autism run, autism walk. There was very much that was done.
That was really, really nice. I watched all of that. I followed your journey throughout.
Thank you.
How was Telengan?
Telangana.
How were the girls?
They were good, honestly. At one point, you even forget you're in a competition. Yeah, that's how good everything is or went. It's more of a sisterhood, really, because you're getting to know each other. You're getting to know your cultures, your traditions. We eat this, we don't eat that.
Yeah.
We do this, we don't do that.
Didn't you feel out of place at some point?
Never did I.
Really?
To be honest, yeah. I
Because
never felt
I
out of
saw
place.
you in so many challenges.
Right.
Like your face was everywhere. On TikTok, I'd be like, yes, that's our girl.
You have to be everywhere. It's 110 girls. You need to stand out.
That was really nice.
Yes.
So you win this Beauty with a Purpose. What's next after that?
Of course, I was grateful to have been awarded that. But now, like I said, I published my first book, which is Colors of the Spectrum, centered around creating autism awareness and acceptance. So it's a collection of parents' stories, caretakers, speech therapists, and just sharing a word of their journey, having to work around or having a child that's autistic or on the spectrum. So yeah, for me that has been my biggest accomplishment so far. But having won the award, it definitely pushes me to do more. So I am looking forward to building the foundation, Nyonyozi initiative, and doing much more than I can.
And talking about being an author, you said that your brother inspired you.
Yes.
How was it growing, seeing your little brother autistic?
Yeah. I mean, it was a learning curve because I didn't know, my family generally, not just me, we didn't know what autism was until we had someone who had autism. And so everything was new to us, especially the time when he was diagnosed, which I would say is about maybe 10 or 12 years back, actually, because he's 14 years now. He was diagnosed around the age of 2 or 3. And at the time, there was not much awareness. There was not many schools that had special needs sectors. The therapists or the neurologists were few. So even the people that were there that knew about it, there was still a sort of stigma around it. But at least now, there's a bit more, people know more about
People
it.
are educated.
Yeah, they're a bit more educated compared to before. But then again, the African context will come in, the child was bewitched, the child is cursed. Yeah. So we're trying to change the narrative.
Yes, you definitely did. I actually can't wait to read your book. Is it on sale?
Yes. It
Oh, and how do we get to read it?
I'm going to have a launch and then it will be available for sale.
I should get an invitation.
Officially. Of course. Don't worry.
I can't wait. Thank you so much. So do you have any little sisters or someone you would wish to step in your shoes?
Yes, I do have 2 little sisters, actually. They keep on saying they want to be Miss Uganda as well.
And what do you tell them?
Of course, I encourage them. But at the end of the day, it's a competition and the best person has to win. I can't guarantee them that they will be the best, but I am wishing them well if they do decide to take on that journey in their lives.
Path.
Yes.
And did you get any challenges?
Challenges are always going to be there.
What was that challenge that you faced after winning the crown?
After winning the crown, maybe I would say a lot of criticism, but that's unavoidable.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is just a word to say, like, people need to be
How
kind.
Did you manage?
Honestly, you just have to have a thick skin. Like, over some time, they stop hurting as much as they did before. Yeah, but you have to grow a thick skin eventually.
Opinions don't matter, definitely.
True. But hey.
So after this, do you have like goals after all the crown? Because we've seen the advertising for Miss Uganda 2025.
Right.
What happens with you after?
I mean, if it's time, it's time. I've served and I'm grateful for the time that I was there. So now it's time to give somebody else a chance. Of course, the platform itself has given me a lot of exposure, networking, and I do plan to just run with that and grow what I have so far. I have a business, so I want to amplify that even the more. The project, the initiative, just double the effort. Yeah, everything double of what it was. Yeah.
So, Natasha, how do you balance beauty, career, and then being an author at the same time?
Right. I mean, it's not the easiest thing, but of course, when you have a team, it becomes much easier because now you can delegate, or there's someone to help you with this or help you with that. Of course, during my reign, the Miss Uganda team has been very, very active at that. They've helped me where I couldn't help myself. Yeah, so I think that's what has helped me manage, just having a team. And support, definitely my family as well. Ooh, shout out to my family.
I saw your mom on the airport. Just
my God.
I was with Natasha, but I had to come back and then welcome her again.
Right. My family, my parents, they've done the most, and I'm super, super grateful.
Okay, nice. Tell us about your business.
It's basically a beauty store. So it's more of skincare, makeup, accessories. Yes, it's called Girl Hive. So basically, it's like a girl's one-stop shop.
It's just a stop shop, or do they do like spa or anything like that?
It's just a store.
So how did you start it? Because you're so young.
Yeah, true. So when I had just finished my university, so I moved back to Uganda and I started working. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance. When I moved back, I was working at an audit firm. So it's basically doing accounting work, auditing. Then I wanted to have something on the side. I didn't just want to have a 9-to-5 and rely on that all my life. But also having grown up seeing my parents, they're business owners, they're entrepreneurs. They've started multiple businesses. Yeah, you could say. Even my older siblings have businesses. So I was like, hey, you know what? I should probably start something. 24.
No, like how many are you?
How many children are we?
Yes.
We're 9.
Wow. Yes. Now that's being African. It's being African.
Yeah.
So it's your parents that really inspired you?
I would say so, yes. I think just growing up watching them start businesses, my older siblings doing the same. And I've always had a liking for beauty, basically. Makeup, skincare.
It shows.
Oh, thank you.
So do you at one point start your shop, or you just delegate? Because
good question. Even before Miss Uganda, I would go there at least maybe I'd dedicate 2 or 3 days during the week. But of course, after the rain started, it became a bit harder to spend much more time there.
Became busy.
Yes, it's more about delegating now.
How do you handle the media? Because now you're in people's eyes. You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're everywhere. How do you handle media? Because it's not for the weak.
It isn't, but that's the thing. You have to keep in people's eyes. Otherwise, they're going to forget about you. Yeah, so, they say, oh, publicity is good publicity.
Exactly.
So if they're saying good or bad, hey, you're talking, which is a good thing.
Who do you look up to? And you're like, this one? Yes.
I think, again, I would say my parents. These are people that I've known all my life. They've given me life. And just being around them, I've been able to learn so much. And I think I credit the person I am to them.
That's really nice. Your dad as well? I've not seen him in any picture.
Really?
Yes, I've mostly seen your mother.
Yeah, my dad is not the flashy kind. He'll avoid pictures as much as he can. But he is definitely doing very much for me.
And your big sisters or brothers?
Yes, my big sisters. They've been very present. One of them came to India as well. The other couldn't make it, but
I think I saw that face.
You did?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I saw so many people with Hannah as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Shout out
How
to
did it
everyone
make you
that came.
feel?
Honestly, I was so happy. I was so grateful that she was able to make it to India. Just knowing that you have that support is enough to push you through.
Natasha, I've been having questions, people questioning about being a queen and all that.
Right.
What would you tell people about pageantry?
About pageantry, I mean, I would only speak about the ones I've been to, Miss Uganda and Miss World. Yeah, with, of course, the focus being on beauty with a purpose. So what I would say is, we're in this day and age, really, it's more about not looking at beauty as a superficial thing, but attaching something to it. So we have the purpose or the advocacy going hand in hand with that. So it's basically like your beauty is more of a catalyst of what else you're bringing to the table.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
So you would advise anyone that loves pageantry, whether a boy or girl, to join?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Would you
100%.
advise them to join after school or even before?
Whenever you feel ready, to be honest. I won't put a timeline to it, but if you feel like the time is now,
you just go for it.
Yeah.
You mentioned you're a certified accountant. Do you work as well as an accountant?
Yes, I was working full-time before I became Miss Uganda, but now it's a bit, part-time.
And where was that?
It's an audit firm. It's called Tam Associates.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. And did they support you? Did they let you go in for this?
Yeah, they did. They completely understood. So yeah, they gave me the free will to go, and they even came for the grand finale and watched me get crowned.
Really nice. So would you really go back? Would you go back after this? Or?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm still there part-time. I don't know if I'll go back into it full-time, but I think it depends on.
So you do part-time.
What happens?
You still work.
Yes.
And what do you really do? What are the details?
So you're looking at financial statements. You have to balance the books.
Okay.
You're creating cash flow statements, and you're making reports at the end of the month. Basically, that's it.
And that's what we call beauty with brains.
You could say.
You can't just come for Miss World or Miss Uganda without having something to do.
I mean, you could, but on my end, I feel like I still need to get the money coming in.
Okay. Would you go back to the UK, or because you told me you studied from there?
Yes.
Would you go back with time?
I mean, we'll see. No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Yeah. We'll see. I love Uganda, honestly. If I was to pick where to die, definitely Uganda.
Why?
There's what's not to love about Uganda, honestly. The weather, the food, the people, the culture in itself. Yeah. I love Uganda.
And talk about your sisters in Miss World. Do you still talk? Do you still connect?
Course. Yeah, definitely. We have a group chat, so everyone is in it. So you can still hit up someone or two.
So you would invite them and they would definitely come too.
Yes, even while I was at Miss World, I was handing out invitations like a problem, but they did promise that they will come. So hopefully,
that's really nice.
Yeah,
Natasha, can we talk about the colors of the spectrum?
Okay.
The details. What's really in there?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to give away too much, otherwise you won't buy the book.
I will definitely still buy it.
But of course, in the very first chapter, it's just a brief introduction, a brief history about me, what drove my purpose, the inspiration. Then after that, that's when we dive into the story of my little brother. My mom gives a little, maybe brief or testimonial, and after that comes other parents' stories and their journeys having a child on the spectrum. So I chose colors of the spectrum because when a child is autistic, no one child is the same. They're similar, yes, but everyone is different.
I actually have a sister with Down syndrome.
Oh,
are they the same or they're different?
It's different. They're similar, but they're different.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, that's why I chose colors of the spectrum. So they're represented by the colors of the rainbow, to show that everyone is different.
Yes, everyone is different.
So we're getting different stories from different parents.
So do you treat her from, it's a him, right? Do you treat him from here, from school or from home? Because my sister was actually put in a certain school.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's usually advised that you put them in a special needs school. Okay. Otherwise, if you put them in another system, the people there might not know how to treat them or handle them. So you need a special needs school where there's therapists. So they undergo different therapy, like occupational therapy, behavior therapy, aquatherapy. The list goes on. But yes, it depends on the kind of treatment that they need. Yeah. So again, not one child is the same. So if this one needs this therapy, it doesn't mean this one will need that. So yeah, you have to assess the child, find out what problem, what this, how do we handle that.
Do you advise for parents to take such children in schools, or maybe they can be home and maybe treated from home like any other kids?
I think it depends on what you would prefer, really, because there was a point where my little brother was doing homeschooling because we'd failed to find a school that was best fit for him at the time. But I think it's also good to have other children around them because then it makes it easier for them to socialize and connect with other people.
I've actually seen kids that are locked in the houses because they're different.
Right, there's that too. But now with the initiative, I hope I'm trying to eradicate that, you know, creating more awareness, reduces the level of stigma. So people are more open about it.
Yes.
It would makes it easier for them to come out.
Your brother inspired you to write the book. Are you actually a writer? Or you just, it's for the love of your brother, you decided to?
Yeah, of course he was the inspiration, but I knew I wasn't just speaking for him or for my family because there's other families going through the same thing. And I'm not just speaking about Uganda or Africa, but around the world, definitely, because even at Miss World, Miss USA was advocating for autism awareness as well. So it's a world problem, as you can see. So I knew I wasn't just speaking for myself, my family, but for every family that's affected.
Would you advise parents to keep their children, because I've seen some parents that actually, you know, disown their kids and leave them in the hospitals and maybe take them somewhere else?
I wouldn't advise any parent to do that, honestly. I keep on saying that a child is a blessing from God, so regardless of whatever they're born with or what they have, how they are, I think it's important to love them that way. There's always a blessing in disguise.
Do you have any plans to maybe go for any other pageant?
No, I don't think so.
Miss World was enough for you?
I think that's the epitome after Miss World.
There's Miss Universe?
I don't know. To me, personally, I feel like after Miss World.
I've seen Olivia Nakakande, 2019, go for some pageant after Miss Uganda.
Right. If you feel like that's what you want to do, go ahead. But like I said, I think that's the end for me. I feel like there's other responsibilities that I would want to tend to and give time to.
And what would those be?
My business, the initiative, a lot of things. Will pursue a master's, hopefully. So yeah, there's a lot I'm looking at and I've prepared ahead
Masters
of time.
In Uganda or still outside Uganda?
We'll see. Like I said, no pressure.
You're full of surprises.
Yeah.
So how can you advise some other queens out there?
I wouldn't say anything out of the ordinary, to be honest. It all comes down to self-belief, confidence, and being yourself, definitely.
Yes.
And again, have a purpose. Have that one thing that you feel like is on your heart and you'd want to tell or scream at the top of the roof and tell the world about it. Yes.
That's really nice. Do you love fashion, or you just...
I do
anything that you just wake up and you just find anything and you put it on?
No, I do love fashion. I do.
Where do you fall
in
fashion? In fashion, jeans.
I mean, it depends on the occasion, honestly. Yeah, it depends on the occasion, who I'm gonna meet, what I'm gonna do. But if I'm chilling, I definitely like street fashion, so that's what we'll go for. What else? Of course, the formal kind of looks when it comes to the formal meetings or formal interviews. I don't know. I think fashion is just an outlet for creativity. So you can do anything. That is definitely true. You don't have to let anyone limit you. You can't wear this. You can't wear that. You can't clash this and that. Girl, do what you want.
Do what you want and just look your best.
Yeah.
Back in Telangana, you became top 10.
Right.
How did that make you feel? Out of how many were you?
110, I believe.
10 out of leaving the 100 behind. How did that make you feel?
I mean, I was grateful, definitely, knowing that I had achieved that. And of course, not everyone made it to the 10. So for me, I was just very, very grateful.
Not everyone made it to the 10. And didn't you feel out of place? Because I saw those girls are like 6.5 in height. How did that make you feel?
No, interestingly, I had a lot of height mates. So
really?
It comforted me quite a lot.
I didn't see them.
Really?
Yes.
It's because most of the times you're either wearing 6 inch, 7 inch. But yeah, Of course, there was a couple of tall girls, taller than me. But
Yes.
No, I wouldn't say I ever felt out of place at any one point.
They were all...
It was honestly a safe space throughout.
How about the weight? Because I usually get so many questions about, do you need to be slim to go for Miss World or Miss Uganda? How about the weight?
No, I wouldn't say you need to be this size, height, weight. Girl, just go. If it's you they want, it's you. At the end of the day, they have a criteria. So, yeah.
So
that's what I would
say. Even if you're fat, even if you weigh 75 kg, you just have to.
Yeah, just go. You never know. This year they might say we want, you know? Yeah.
Natasha, how do you balance beauty world, work, school? You told me you're going for masters. How do you balance all that? Isn't it quite a lot?
It is. But then again, like I said, delegate. Have a team, have a support system, have mentors. Just have people that keep pushing you. Because it's easy to just wake up and say, I'm done. But when you have a team and people that are encouraging you, you keep moving.
And then you're all over right now. You're a hot cake. You're trending. I'll call you for a podcast, then someone else will call you. Do you rest? Do you get time to rest?
I do. I try to rest, honestly, because I need it. Otherwise, hey.
So how do you rest? How do you relax?
Yeah. When I came back from Miss World, I actually had like a little getaway.
I saw it. Was it Divine Resort?
Yes. So that was about maybe 4 days. So I think that I needed that before I dived into everything else that was coming after. So yeah, I think that was very good for me.
And are you a Christian?
Yes, I am. I am Christian.
That's nice. You go to church?
Of course.
You know how to pray?
My mom is a pastor.
Oh, okay.
Girl, of course I know how to pray and speak in tongues.
Oh, really? Whoa, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So you actually go to church on Sundays?
Yes,
you never miss anything?
I can't say I never miss because sometimes work comes up. You need there's a parents. It all depends, but usually when I can, I will.
Mental illness or mental health is a thing. How do you handle that?
It is. I think definitely watching what you allow in your space. We can start from there. So avoid all negativity in your life. Honestly, if it's online, if it's people, just avoid all of that because it makes it even worse. I think also diet could play a role when it comes to that, watching what you eat. Again, try and eat healthy or live a healthy lifestyle. I do work out once in a while. I love swimming. So those are things that I usually do when I need to calm myself down or when I feel like I need to recuperate.
And have you ever experienced any mental breakdown?
Breakdown? Not really. But of course, there are points where you could get mentally exhausted. Also, again, like you said, the criticism. Sometimes it could get to you. But eventually with time, you learn how to handle everything.
You pray about it?
Of course.
Or you talk to anyone?
Yeah, I talk to my mom a lot. My sisters. But then, I pray about everything in my life, honestly. Yeah.
So we're going for our challenge. Okay. You either say yes or no, or you choose one.
All right.
Makeup or no makeup?
No makeup. Lately, if I could come for this podcast, I would have. But Mama, she said no. You have to beat the face.
The brand.
Hey, come on. But personally, I think I prefer no makeup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, bridal makeup or just you do your eyebrows, eyelashes, and...
Yeah, of course, there's some essentials that you need to touch out. But yeah, usually, because I do a lot of skincare, so I'm quite confident in my skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Local food or desserts, ice cream, and all that?
How can you compare dessert and local food? Girl, they come like this. After the local food, don't. You can't have dessert.
You can't eat sweet potatoes and beans or peanuts and then you do dessert.
You can.
What kind of dessert?
Ice cream.
Really?
Yes.
Where would you get ice cream in? Or maybe you're in a village or like
in the village?
Yes, in Kabale.
Yeah.
And then you're going to eat maybe beans and sweet potatoes. Where would you get ice cream from?
The supermarket.
No,
Even in the
that's a
village, there's
lie.
ice cream.
That's a lie.
I'm telling you.
Like it would take you an hour to get to that shop. Unless if Kabale is,
Yeah, Kaval is very modernized, guys. You need to come and
really?
visit. It is.
Okay, jeans or dresses?
Dresses.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Much more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneakers or heels? Or floppers?
Yeah. It depends, honestly. Depends on where and what I'm going to do. But I think heels as a beauty queen.
Yeah. I remember Mama Brenda used to tell us, however much they're uncomfortable, you have to
I do.
stick in there until the whole thing is done.
Right. Because basically you're being prepared for Miss World, and at Miss World you're literally in heels 24/7.
Okay. What other pageant would you have gone for if it wasn't for Miss World?
What other one?
Yes.
I don't know. All my life I've looked forward to Miss World. Like that's the only thing I literally had in my mind. So yeah, once that was finished, I'm like, yep, that goal is ticked off.
Okay, church or brunch?
Church.
Really?
Even pick between church and brunch.
I know
We
some
can
people.
have brunch at church.
I don't think so.
We can.
I don't think so.
Whether brunch is nothing, too crazy. It depends
Brunch
on your
with
settings.
tongues. I can't imagine having
Not
brunch
that
and then
kind
speaking
of-
in tongues.
No, like a chill kind of Sunday at church.
With fancy dresses.
Not necessarily. Yeah, brunch can be anything you want it to be.
Yeah. Wigs or braids?
Braids. Yeah, I'm a braids girl.
I love wigs. Like anytime.
True. There's that, easy put on, put off accessibility, but I don't know. I love braids more.
Which place would you go for to relax or maybe a vacation?
Country-wise or like
yes.
within?
Would you travel or you would go to Kabale or go to Jinja?
I mean, of course, traveling is one of the options, but lately, I mean, not long ago, when we're filming the introduction video for my Miss World intro, I got the chance to actually explore Uganda quite a lot, and there's nothing I've enjoyed more than that. So I would definitely look for I went to Kabale, I went to Murchison Falls, probably go to Ginger this time. Yeah, I'd keep hopping around Uganda, exploring Uganda more.
And maybe a personal question. You said you're 25?
4.
24?
Yes.
Are you seeing someone? Are you dating?
Currently, no.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, is it because of the crown?
No.
Or
No. Nothing related to that.
you're
really.
just not ready?
Not even that. I think I'm just not in the mind space yet for that. But if it does come, then I will welcome it. Not that I'm pushing it away or anything, but
I've seen baby Gloria get married. I think she's also 24, 25. And I'm like, girls are getting married at such a young age.
you think it's young.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't want to put. Of course, now like a teenager, yeah, that would be a bit criminal. But I think anything after that, I wouldn't say young or put a title to it. If you're ready, you're ready. As long as it's a legal age.
Yes.
And
if you're ready,
you're both consenting. Nothing is forced. Nothing is, Yeah, so.
You said you're a Christian. What is that favorite verse that keeps coming up?
There's quite a couple that keep coming up. There's one in Philippians. I think it's 4:13. I hope I'm right. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Be still and know that I am God. I think those will be my main two. There's others, but I can't process them as fast. But those will be my main two.
Any last words for the young girls that look up to you?
Well, what can I say? I would definitely say always believe in yourself. That is very key. Be confident in the person that you are and be yourself at all times. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise or tell you a certain way that you should be or live. Be your authentic self. But then again, God I've always had God as my number one pillar in my life.
Really?
Yes.
So how do you balance beauty and Christianity?
God, come on. How can you ask someone how they balance that?
Would you prefer going to church without makeup?
Yeah, I'd prefer going anywhere without makeup.
Would you miss being on an interview and not church?
Huh?
Would you miss...
Would I pick between an interview and church?
Yes.
Of course I'd go to church. I've had multiple interviews at this point. But like being a Christian, it's an everyday kind of life thing. It doesn't necessarily need balance with another thing. If it's habitual, then it's easy to live a life that way.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And I can't wait to read your book.
Yay. I should have brought you one today, but hey.
I can't wait to read it.
Sure.
Thank you so much. And this is it from us. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you then.